Welcome back to Enlightened Trading. I'm your host Conrad, and we have another look at crypto markets today. So, usually I would present you my Tradingview page, and I'm doing that currently. But as you might see, there are some red posts here, and as you can see right here, my account is currently banned. Once again, if you want to know, once again, for a day of interacting with the social platform, basically. Not too dramatic. I think it's extremely. I violated the house rules. Um, by simply in my videos referring to my YouTube channel, and I've been doing this over, as you can see, over weeks actually. I've been doing this, and now I guess they found out, they realized it, and now they banned me from using the site for 1 day basically. I can still chart and so forth, but yeah, but that's it basically. So, yeah, I find this extremely ridiculous that you can't even link your YouTube channel to refer to you. Yes, of course, if I would post links, okay, I'm not allowed to do that. Or if I want to sell you something, yeah, then okay. But if I just say, hey, I'm also on this side, why don't you check me out? I think it's extremely ridiculous that I'm not allowed to do that, and it actually hinders our growth. And I would also think it would even encourage to use the site if you would be allowed to do that. But yeah, I'm not allowed to, so I can do it, I guess. Okay, but fuck Tradingview. I'm going to use it, but fuck Tradingview. As usual, this is my Tradingview, my Instagram page. Also follow me there if you want to have some fun along the way and don't get fucked over by Tradingview. Then you can use my Instagram, or you can at least watch it, So, moving on to my YouTube channel, go hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below, especially if you already have been fucked over by Tradingview. Yeah, subscribe down in the comments. Subscribe and leave a comment down below on how you've experienced this. So this is my Tradingview, and here this is my chart. The daily is very interesting. We now have a higher high here on a daily time frame. This could be soon our daily lower high. I didn't like this rejection here off the top. We are now once again $100 below this high, and would have liked Bitcoin to close at its highs of this day. We have to wait and see what happens later today. What is interesting is that we broke this this channel line here on the bottom, and we moved up significantly, and you can see how we rejected it 3 times in a row basically. And not only that, this is a green 4 above a green 3, so this would give an entry on GD sequential. But also that is interesting, we are now going to head into resistance here around 9,300 ish, with the incoming death cross of the 21 and 50 daily moving average. So that is an interesting phenomenon. Also, of course, we have prior resistance structure. Structure resistance regarding price action, with these lows also coinciding with the 6.8 to 0.618. That's what I meant to say. Fibonacci retracement. So that is also a thing we should keep an eye out. So in general, there's a lot of resistance about around 9,300. So that is something we have to keep an eye out. Until then, I think there's still room for this to move higher. But if it doesn't, then this could still be a sort of a bear flag. Yeah, what is interesting is that on the 4 hour we had this ascending triangle. and we consolidated here on the top just below resistance, and that is actually where I entered. So I'm now currently in a trade on the long side. I entered down here, and on Ethereum I entered as well. I'm actually now down in Ethereum, but I can show you that in a minute. So we had this very nice ascending triangle here on Bitcoin, which had me looking bullish earlier this day, and then I entered, as I said. So we broke it with a nice candle here, especially on the hourly chart, very convincing, and are now retracing again, maybe even to retest 9,000-ish. Basically this trend line, maybe even to confirm it and to then move higher. So that wouldn't be out of the question if it does happen, and if it happens, how it happens. This is now second 9, a double 9 here on the hourly chart. So no surprise that we are actually moving lower. Maybe this will be just a short correction. We have to wait and see. But until then, I would remain short-term bullish, with the mindset, of course, that most likely we will set a lower high here on Bitcoin in this current environment. Yeah, so moving averages on the hourly aren't too important. Resistances have been mentioned. What I would also, of course, keep an eye out if we manage to move higher than 9,000, and if we close over 9,000 today, that would of course be pretty bullish and maybe even change the short-term sentiment around Bitcoin. Yeah, what is also interesting is, and that I will show you later, is regarding stocks and what the stock market is doing currently. So I generally like this price action here to the upside. Looks, I mean, on the daily it's not as nice as on a 4-hour with this ascending triangle, but you can sort of see it also on the daily with like maybe like a roof. This could be an interesting formation. Maybe I'm going to apply in my analysis this sort of roof here on the bottom, with then puts or sends price higher. But what I also wanted to show you is that on the 3-day chart, we are now currently on the 6th, and this started trading, I think yesterday. Yes, yesterday it started trading. So, and you can see how we now are clustering below resistance here and have been rejecting from the 21 and 100 3-day moving average. I'm not sure how important it will be if we look in the past. Well, yes, it moved higher and rejected. Well, that's an actually nice touch around. Yeah, it's okay. It just puts more pressure on the bulls, and of course the burden of proof is currently on the bulls to confirm that we actually are back in the bullish phase, and this is now our weekly higher low. Well, do I like this? I of course would have liked a wick on the bottom that we not close exactly on the bottom, as you can see, where we started this week, right at the bottom. If this manages to actually close above this candle, then of course I will be bullish. I'm not sure if it's able to. I don't think so, especially because it's already a Thursday. But Bitcoin, of course, does what it wants to. This would be a nice weekly higher low, especially with the touch of the 21 and 50 moving average. This was a death cross, but not too convincing, of course, at least in my opinion. What I want to show you, in addition to this, is Ethereum. And you can see we had, especially in the 12th hour, we had this sort of ascending triangle. I mean, not ascending, descending triangle forming here on Ethereum, and we actually broke to the upside, which is the less likely scenario, but we did it, and we are now back into an ascending triangle. And that's actually forming pretty nicely, especially again on the 4-hour chart here of Ethereum. Looking pretty nice in my opinion. So that doesn't look too bad. Also, because if we move to the daily, we are not wicking, or we're not crossing any bodies with this trend line, so that doesn't look too bad. Although we are not including this low entirely. So this looks like an ascending triangle with now a third or fourth touch, depends on your analysis, but this looks pretty nice. I'm again in position. As I said, I'm just shortly I'm just a bit down currently. If you consolidate here longer on the 4-hour chart, then I would consider adding to my position. I do like that we had this bullish move here on this golden cross. 12-hour has been rejecting the price. Maybe on the 21 week 12-hour, yes, sort of, but I wouldn't look at it too closely. We are going to have a cross of the 21 and 50 moving average soon if price doesn't move higher. It's going to coil between moving averages. I would of course like if this manages to break this ascending triangle rather soon. It's a bit clearer on the daily time frame here on Ethereum than it is on Bitcoin. But I do like, and that's one thing that's actually signaling more strength on the bulls on Bitcoin, is that we already broke the ascending triangle here on Bitcoin compared to Ethereum, where we are still in the sideways range. I do like though that this gives a bullish opportunity, or an opportunity for a long trade for the bulls here on Ethereum, while we already broke out here on Bitcoin. I think this could mean that if we manage to close here at the highs, or even move higher, depends on what the sentiment is currently, that we will see a sharp breakout here on Ethereum when Bitcoin manages to move higher, even a bit. Then I think we could have a big breakout here on Ethereum. And that is actually what I'm waiting for currently. Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance has been consolidating for the past few days. This looks like a descending triangle. Doesn't look too bullish. I would have liked it to move a bit higher, but I do like where it stopped here, right at resistance. This can still move higher. We are very similar to where we have been in the last weeks. You can see how we've been rejecting the 21 daily perfectly until we managed to break it, and we're now rejecting the 50-day perfectly, maybe, and even until we break it. So this will be interesting, and I think I will keep an eye out if we manage to break it. Maybe even this candle doesn't look too bad here at the highs. Of course, this would signal that Bitcoin is stronger than other altcoins, which is usually when crypto moves down. So maybe this will be a sign crypto moves down, but I won't call it. Yeah, I think actually that's it for my Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis for today. As I said, I would like to see the price close above 9,000, and especially maybe even at the highs of 9,100 today. I am of course not the one who decides if that will happen. 50-minute chart, just taking a quick look. I would like to see where we are on a sequential. We also almost topped here at a 9, on an 8 on the hourly. We were at the 9, so that's not too bad. What I do like, one thing I just wanted to mention is that on the daily we have a green 2 above a green 1 here on Ethereum, which we haven't had in quite a while. I mean, we had right here shortly. It is also just a bit above this green 1, and we have to wait and see if we manage to close here above the green 1. I would of course like it too. Yeah, I think that's that. As I said, leave a like below, comment and subscribe. And just to finish up, quick look at stocks. Okay, so seems like we are down again, but this looks still bullish. As I said, if we consolidate here on the highs, then I think we will move higher. And if stocks move higher, then I think also crypto will. If this manages to hold this trend line and form as a horizontal resistance here with this resistance, then I do think we will move higher here in the stock market. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you get something out of it. I definitely did. So yeah, hope you are moving along into your week productively and are doing some good things. And yeah, see you guys and girls, you people, back next time. Bye.